perfectly cooked golden roast turkey with some beautiful spiced orange kind of flavors going on. This is my 5-spice and orange glazed turkey roll. When turkey's done perfectly, it is so wondrous. And yet when you get that really dry, overcooked kind of turkey situation, that's like so not wondrous. It's really awful. So the thing is though, that there's a really fine temperature line, you know, between the wondrous and the not so wondrous. So I've got a few tips and tricks that I use to make sure that my turkey is beautifully cooked. One, we're going to run through how we prepare a turkey breast for this kind of turkey roll. We're also going to go through a beautiful light stuffing that's going to keep everything nice and juicy. And one other little secret, I'm going to be using a thermometer to keep things really precise. So this is my meter block. It has wireless probes so you don't get all tangled up like regular digital thermometers, and the meter app will let you program the perfect cook. So quite a few ways here that I have for you to foolproof your turkey if you like. But before we get to all the technical stuff, let's do some fun stuff. So we're gonna make this like really beautiful, fresh, spiced orange jelly that you can serve with your turkey. It's a really easy thing to do. So a very easy kind of, you know, level up your game kind of business here. All right, so let's start off first of all with some orange juice, some Chinese cooking wine. I want some star anise as well, some water, and then that goes on the heat. I just want to get that bubbling. Now, while that's happening, I've got some gelatin here, some powdered gelatin. I'm going to add some water, give that a mix. And now take out a few of those star anise pieces and pop those into a bowl that you intend on serving your jelly in, because they're gonna like float and look really beautiful at the table in that beautiful orange jelly. Okay, so now that I've got this bubbling away, I'm going to add in my gelatin. And you'll need to just kind of persuade that gelatin to melt into that juice there. Let's give it a whisk. And now, because I want my jelly to set with like a beautiful shine, smooth shine on the top, I'm actually going to just scoop out any of these kind of little bubbles that have formed on the top there. Now you can pour the orange mixture into your bowl. And that's it. I mean, it's such an easy thing to do. So that now goes into the fridge at least 4 hours or so. So now we're going to get on to doing that beautiful filling for the turkey. So I'm doing this sort of kind of loosely based on that green spring onion or scallion Chinese sort of flavor, the sesame oil, spring onions, the garlic. So I want lots of spring onions here. Just make sure they're very finely chopped. Some ginger. I want some garlic. Now some sesame oil. And then just another little dash of regular oil here, just vegetable oil or peanut oil. Give that a mix. Okay, so let's talk turkey. Now, I got my butcher to bone out a whole turkey breast. I just think that's the way to go. I mean, there's so much fussing that needs doing for, you know, this kind of festivity that you don't need that in your life. So I got it pre-boned. Looks like this. Now, we do have to do a little bit of work here. Just spread out that turkey breast, open it up. And then one of the things that we want to do here to make sure that we've got a really lovely sort of even layering of the turkey when we go to roll it is we need to butterfly it out a little bit more. So just kind of like where the tenderloin is, just kind of flick that so it opens out. And now just run your knife through this kind of thick part here and spread that breast out a little bit more. So it's just kind of like thinning out the entire breast and making it a little bit more even. Do the same on the other side. And now we have the perfect canvas for all of our other flavorings here. So I want to get in here and season this, and you want to be really aggressive here with the salt. Turkey breast needs all the help it can get in terms of flavor, if you ask me. Now, put some pepper. I'm using some white pepper here. I think it has more of a, to me, more of a Chinese flavor to it than kind of black pepper, which can tend to be a little bit more harsh and spicy, but up to you, use black pepper too. And now let's get our spring onion mixture on here and just really spread that out over as much of that turkey meat as you can. And then here we go with the roll. So we've made things a little easier here because we have, sort of flattened everything out to get a nice even roll, that is. So let's just roll this up. If you have a look here, just want to kind of flip it over and just kind of make sure you've really got a nice layer of skin that's tucking everything in underneath there. Now, I like to use both string to truss the turkey, and I like to add a little extra helper here with some toothpicks. This just really makes things a bit more foolproof. I've got a length of string here and just pop that underneath, tie that around a couple of times, and then nice and tight, and then just snip that top off. So grab a toothpick and just where you see kind of like loose skin on the bottom side here, just kind of weave your toothpick in and try to secure it. And just keep going and tie that string along here, kind of like around about like 3-4 centimeter intervals. All right, turkey roll is prepped, ready to go. A few more things we want to do here before we get it in the oven. Okay, so I've got here a baking dish that I have prepped with some baking paper on the bottom. I've put some cut onions in the tray as well. That's gonna act like almost like a trivet or a baking rack, but it's also gonna add some beautiful onion flavor to our pan juices as well. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water into the bottom of the dish. Now, turkey goes on top. Now, one very important final step for me to make sure that my bird's gonna come out beautifully juicy is to use a thermometer. Now, I really love this piece of kit. It's something that I do actually use at home regularly. Now, this is gonna tell me directly on my phone what's happening in my turkey roll and also the ambient temperature in my oven. I really love it. It's so much more precise than guessing. All right, now pop that into the thickest part of your turkey roll here. All right, so now we want to do some oil on the top here. Again, a nice little seasoning here of salt. Make sure you rub that in. Now I want to get this into the oven now and get that skin starting to caramelize and get lovely and golden brown. So first part of the cooking is 30 minutes at 180 Celsius. Now that gives us plenty of time to do our beautifully spiced sticky orange glaze. So start off again with some orange juice, some sugar, add in some soy sauce, some Chinese cooking wine, and if you wanted to leave this alcohol free, you could actually just use just a little bit of extra orange juice, and then a little dash of Chinese 5-spice. Now you want to let this simmer away until it's really lovely and thick, almost like the consistency of a runny honey. All right, so I can smell that we're starting to get all like kind of roasty in there. So let's take a look in here. Okay, so obviously our turkey is not dressed for the party quite yet. We want to get this glaze on here. Make sure you're really nice and even here with that glaze. Look how thick and shiny it is. Awesome. Now this goes back into the oven and it needs another around about 45 minutes, but of course our meter thermometer is going to tell us when it hits that 70 degrees. So the point is though, I want to be glazing this every 12-15 minutes from now on, and that's going to give us the most beautiful color. All right guys, check this out. We have the most beautiful color. That caramelization on the outside of our turkey skin is amazing. And my app here is telling me that we have hit the 70 degrees. So I know, I don't have to guess. I don't have to be worried at this point because I really don't need that kind of stress in my life. I know that this is going to be perfectly cooked now. So I do want to let it rest though. So just pop that out onto a tray. cover with foil, and you want to leave that to rest for 20 minutes. Now in here, have a look here. We don't want to waste any of this. So you can take these onions out, you can serve them with your turkey, but I also want you to reserve those pan juices in there, and you can serve those along with your turkey as well. Okay, moment of truth time. Let's just snip off the string. Don't forget the toothpicks. You don't want your grandma or someone chomping into, you know, toothpick. Or do you? I'll just leave you a nice piece over here, Dax. Yeah. This piece is for you.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Now, some nice kind of thick-ish slices here. Oh, wow. I mean, look at how juicy that is. I'm telling you, just take the guesswork out, and also put a lot of beautiful stuffing flavors in there too. Oh, wow. I love that. It's so beautifully fragrant, like the spring onion and the garlic and the sesame oil. Wow, it's really a thing. I'm loving this right now. Okay, so the way I would serve this is I want you to pop it out onto a beautiful platter here next to our jelly. And you can kind of go lots of ways with decorating here. I've just got some orange mandarin slices, a little bit of green watercress here, and our pan juices from before. And there you go, guys. Roast turkey roll. I gotta say, like, this is a really easy way to prepare a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or any kind of, like, you know, dinner that you want to make. I mean, I wouldn't make this on a Wednesday night. But I mean, for like a celebration or a festive, that's the word I was looking for. But for like a celebratory, festive kind of thing, you know, this is pretty easy. But I need to get in here and make sure it tastes good. Can't just be easy, it's gonna taste good too. A little bit of that jelly. The jelly is really game changing, guys, let me tell you. Okay, and some just sauce here.
What's your toothpick?
Yeah.
That was your piece.
I am gonna really
That's
get
what
you with that
get.
toothpick.
That's what you get.
You are not safe now. I feed you a lot of things from this set.
You don't know when it's going to come, but it's
You
going to
don't,
come.
you don't know
Might be
when.
today, might be tomorrow.
I never forget, Dax.
How is it?
It's delicious. Toothpick free and delicious. Well, those flavors are divine. I mean, that jelly is such a revelation. I really love it. It just kind of makes things, you'll see, please make it. It just gives you this really fresh pop and kind of orange and star anise, and makes it so much more special. I mean, I don't even really like turkey that much, right? But this is really good. I'm loving this combination. Yum. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, why not hit the like button? And even better, I would love so much if you would subscribe and even hit that little bell button so you get notified every time I release a new delicious video. Thanks, guys.